people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 49 of the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. Last time we started our investigation, we went to the hospital, and we noticed that Holmes wasn't present there. Then we went over to the jail where Gina was being of no help to us, and she didn't even want Ryunosuke to be her lawyer. And now we are in Winterbank's pawnbrokery shop, where basically Gregson is going full-out toady mode for Iris because she has him terrified. Because one bad word from Iris, all of Gregson's work is nothing. He is nothing. Iris can destroy his life with but a single sentence. Teetotal? Oh yeah, there's something I was supposed to talk to you about actually, Mr. Naruto. Yes, what is it? I've got an important message for you. I clearly forgot about it until now. An important message? I wonder what it could be. An important message. Are you going to tell me what this important message is then, Inspector? Yeah, it's about that young lady who's normally by your side, your assistant.
Yes, Susie. Is she alright?
She's at the station, isn't she? Being questioned, I believe. Nope, not anymore. She had to head off. Head off? Where? The Lord Stronghold's office, of course. He summoned her. Ah, yes, of course. I've forgotten about that. What did the whip stuck her there in a yard carriage after we'd finished questioning her? But she asked us to tell you, Judge, she didn't have the fare for the return journey and to just go meet her there. She's got a nerve using Scotland Yard as a blooming messaging service. I see. Well, thank you for passing that on, Inspector.
Why did Susie have to go see Lord Chief Justice?
She didn't tell me. But I'd better head over to the Lord Chief Justice's office to fetch her straight away. Let's head over there. Move, move, move. New location been added.
Susie's waiting. We need to go meet her.
Yes! Yeah, Iris is taking her office. She's taking a look at where she's going to be residing. Iris is going to take over the entire operation. This is Iris's city. Lord Strongheart just lives there. Yes. No matter how many times I come here, I always get the same sense of oppressiveness somehow.
Do you think the place is oppressive? I think it's normal. If you think this is oppressive, Runo, then you shouldn't wait. Then just wait until I'm through with it.
How so?
I mean, look at that troop arm over there. You can't take that seriously, can you?
Maybe it thinks the same about you. So everything's clear with regard to tomorrow's arrangements, I trust.
Yes, thank you very much.
There they are, Susato-san and Lord Strongheart.
I wonder what they're talking about. They both look so very serious.
Very good. There is nothing further to discuss. You may return to your lodgings. No doubt you have much to do in preparation for your return to your homeland. Wait, what did he just say? Your return to your homeland? Now who will keep Ryunosuke from getting buried in his office junk? Susato-san!
Oh, Mr. Naruto.
What was that all about? Ah, Mr. Naruto! Thank you for coming to collect your colleague. What's this all about? Why are you talking about Miss Usato's return to her homeland? And tomorrow?
Tomorrow? But what about Jimmy's trial? You mean she's been formally charged now? Oh dear.
Present! Ticket box! So, about this.
Wait, I must have more time to examine it thoroughly.
Really? There's no need. If it's not relevant at the moment, you can just say so. Susato-san takes everything so seriously. Armband.
It means a great deal to me, you know, that you cherish this armband so and wear it each time you appear in court.
Well, it's very important to me. It's what shows I'm a lawyer. And whenever I wear it, I feel as though it gives me strength through Kazuma. I absolutely can't be without it, especially when I'm at a critical point in a trial.
But just the other day, I noticed you wearing it when we went to visit that park.
Sometimes I forget to take it off. It's a part of the outfit. It's like Phoenix and his badge. Does Iris have any comments? Those giant suits of armor are still facing each other menacingly across the room.
I just can't understand why anyone would wear things like that in battle. They must be so heavy.
I expect you to invent some special lightweight suit if it was down to you, wouldn't you, Iris? Yes, Iris creates the line of Terminators. Iris is basically Skynet.
I think if it was me, I'd invent a world where people didn't need to fight each other in the first place. They'd all be subservient to me.
Iris, you're a champion. No, it's not as it says you think, Ryanosuke. Knowing Iris, she would essentially just take over. She would take over the world and everyone would be forced to serve her.
Well, what do you think? That was a model answer, wasn't it?
She's 10, Ryanosuke, 10, and she's leading you around by the nose. Just imagine Iris at the age of 18. Iris at the age of 18, she has London. No, at the age of 13, Iris would be ruling half the world. Candle.
Oh my goodness, just look at these books.
Yes, there are books about the judicial systems of all the different Western nations.
Even for someone like me, it would take at least 10 days to read all of these.
Just 10 days?
Oh, I was only joking, Bruno. I thought it would be fun to play up my genius.
It's scarily believable with you. That's the trouble. The big-ass gears. What are your comments on the big-ass gears, Iris?
I love clocks and their mechanisms, don't you? The way all the hundreds of pieces fit together and work as one with the hands of a single timepiece.
Yes, I can imagine clocks are just your cup of tea. Excuse me.
When I was little, I used to dream of one day living inside a clock tower, you know?
Then you must be envious of the Lord Chief Justice having his office at a place like this, I suppose.
No, not really.
Oh.
Well, I mean, that's a dream for when you're little. It'd be silly now.
Don't let Lord Strongheart hear you talking like that. And then Strongheart, he turns around. What did you just say about my clocks, little girl?
I said that it's silly.
And then, oh, it's on. It's on. And then Strongheart starts rolling up his sleeves. Oh, you want a duel in the middle of the street? I will duel a 10-year-old girl. Don't stop me, because I will duel your ass. I will duel a child in the streets. Don't underestimate me. And then Strongheart, he pulls out a pool noodle. The weapon of my family. The chair. Iris claiming the big-ass chair for herself. Iris will assert her dominance.
Oh, I've always dreamed of seeing you just like that, looking important.
Why don't you try it then? Discreetly, of course.
All right, I will. Tell me how I look. Well, Bruno, what do you think?
A little too discreet. I can't even see you. Yeah, just Iris is playing her assault. Okay, anything over there? Yeah, just Sherlock is somehow in the corner. He's hanging from the ceiling like a spider. Returning to our homeland. Miss Susato, what's all this about?
Oh, please don't concern yourself, Mr. Naruto. It's only me going back to Japan. Your life here can continue just as it.
That's not what I asked! What Ryanosuke should be asking is why no one's searching for him in Japan! Ryanosuke's been gone for God knows how long. He's been gone for several months, and yet no one's even bat an eye that he's nowhere to be found. Ryanosuke just disappeared off the face of the earth for all they know. He did his trial, and then just boom, he's gone. He's just gone. What happened? Why are you leaving?
It's my father. He's fallen ill. Oh no!
Professor Mikitoba?
If I may,
Yes, sorry.
you must be the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruto. You must be the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruto, I believe.
Sorry. Just had a little bit of a hangnail of sorts. Yes, that's right.
My name is Yujin Mikitoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yuma University.
We received an international telegram from the Empire of Japan informing us of the news.
10 days ago, Father collapsed with a fever. The cause is apparently unknown. And it seems he grows weaker by the day.
I don't believe it. As you are aware, the voyage from here to your country's capital, Tokyo, takes some 50 days. Okay, so basically, we're gonna assume just general ballpark. It took basically Ryunosuke 50 days to get basically to this area, to get to London. So combine that with the 2 months, so essentially 60 days. Over 100 days, no one is concerned about Ryunosuke's absence. No one is concerned. Ryunosuke's gone for a quarter of a year. No one gives a damn about where he is. I thought we pruned to hasten Mr. Sato's departure as much as possible. Yes, absolutely.
I will leave London first thing tomorrow morning.
I can't believe this is happening. Well, at the very least, Ryunosuke will be able to check what's inside Susano's room.
So Gina has been charged? She'll have to appear in court?
Yes, she was formally charged a few hours ago, and the day of the trial has already been set for tomorrow.
No! Not even 24 hours later?
Gina. The Lestrade girl and the number of the Baker Street pawnbroker. Yes, the murder of the Baker Street pawnbroker. Yes. An all too transparent case. The pickpocket was clearly disturbed mid-robbery and she shot the man in panic. No, the yard is overstretched as it is, without wasting time on these open and shut cases.
It's not wasting time. Ginny would never do something like that.
Mr. Naruto! Yes, Lord Strong. I love how Strongheart, he just ignores Iris's presence. He knows that Iris could destroy him, and as such, he just avoids it. He knows that Iris is like a natural disaster. You don't try to charge Iris and take her on, because she will destroy you with no mercy. That's like it when you see a tornado. You don't go running straight at the tornado. You run away from the tornado. In defense of your fine service to date, I shall overlook this young girl's insolence. But I have no recollection of admitting a child into my office. Leave now. Oh, Strongheart, you fool. You do not know the powers of which you mess with.
Oh, that's it. Well, it looks like, Lord Strongheart, that you won't have an office tomorrow. Well, Lord Strongheart, you don't have to worry about me coming into your office unannounced, because you won't have one come tomorrow.
And then Strongheart, he goes to the office the next day. He sees everything smashed. Several areas are on fire. And Gregson's tied up in the corner. Help me, Lord Strongheart! What? Gregson, what the hell happened? It was horrible. I just came to drop off some files at your desk. And then all of a sudden, she just came out of nowhere. She was locked the wind. She just came in. She hit me on the head with a shovel. And then she tied me up and made me watch as she lit the place on fire and smashed all your stuff with a baseball bat. Please help me. She cut off several of my toes.
Of course, Lord Strongheart.
Criminals will tell the most palpable lies in order to evade justice. The police can ill afford the time it takes to unravel all the untruths. Meanwhile, more crimes are perpetrated. We have far more serious matters with which to contend. Serious matters? Didn't Gregson mention something like that yesterday?
Yes, Inspector Gregson made a similar remark yesterday.
It's no concern of yours, though I'm sure I need not remind you of that. 3 minutes precisely until my next meeting. You must excuse me. There's just one more thing, Lord Strongheart, which is, it's Miss Lestrade's trial. I wonder if you might permit me to defend her. A timeless suggestion. Sorry? That girl currently has no representation.
But that's not
misunderstand me, young lady. The government provides for those too poor to afford representation with a public defender. The accused need only sign the relevant paperwork, and a defense barrister will be assigned to the case. However, the young girl in question has refused that right. Why would she do that? A question you do well to direct at Miss Lestrade. You'll find her at the local prison. Yes, thank you. Now then, it's time I was leaving. Good day to you. What a day. Gina charged with murder. Susato-san about to leave.
Come, Mr. Naruto. Iris, we must make haste. But, Susie... You're leaving for Japan tomorrow morning, aren't you? Then don't you have packing and things to do? As Mr. Naruto's judicial assistant, my personal circumstances are of no consequence. My sole purpose remains to help you in whatever way I can.
Thank you, Miss Susato. That's a very pensive look.
I think we ought to visit Gina first. In any case, I should like to wish her well before I leave. Don't leave! Please don't leave, Susie! Don't leave me with Bruno! He sucks! He's lame! He's old! Yes, that doesn't take a quite yet. Let's go!
If I'm honest, this has completely thrown me off. I'll just have to do what I can, as a lawyer. Okay, prison time. "16th of April, local prison, cell 13.
Ah!
Hello again, Gina. Why you lie here for now? To have the muzzle of that grenade launcher shoved in our faces yet again, obviously.
I think I need to improve the way you load ammunition to that thing, don't I?
Look, you can come as many times as you like, but I ain't got nothing more to say to you.
Gina, I wonder if you might hear me out. There's something I'd like to say.
What?
I'm sorry to say that I must reluctantly bid you farewell.
Farewell?
Tomorrow, I must begin my journey back home, to Japan. I fear we may never meet again.
Oh, right.
I've had the pleasure of meeting so many lovely people here in London. I have so many wonderful memories. And yet, as things stand now, it will be a glum parting indeed. Poor Iris is so miserable. Susie!
Well, that ain't any of my business.
Both Iris and Mr. Naruto believe you to be innocent, Gina. They put their faith in you. But somehow, you can't find it in your heart to put your faith in them.
Yeah, that's right, I can't. What of it?
It grieves me greatly to have to say goodbye to my friends when they are clearly unhappy. Because of you. You're ruining our days!
What? It's my fault?
Yes, I have one final request, Gina, before our paths never cross again. Right here and now, I want you to show both of them that you don't deserve the faith they've invested in you. Only by doing that will you truly be alone as you claim to be.
What are you talking about? What are you expecting me to do, eh?
You've told us that everyone lies. So prove it by admitting one of your own untruths. What about what you said before, Ginny? You said something about unforgivable lies. You must tell Mr. Naruto and Iris the truth now. That is my last request before I leave. My last request as a judicial assistant.
No, I can't. Whatever these lies are, they're obviously weighing very heavily on Gina's mind.
Gina, I could be wrong, but
is there something Is it something to do with what happened 2 months ago? Something about that trial? The one in which Magnus McGilded was acquitted.
Ah,
The case of that mysterious murder that took place inside that omnibus. You were called as a witness by the prosecution. Is that what this is about?
yeah, you're right. Because in that trial,
I lied. I lied like you wouldn't believe. Will you tell us all about it now? Converse.
like you said, it's all happened 2 months ago. The coppers got hold of me and shoved me in the witness stand.
And based on your testimony, Mr. McGilded was declared innocent.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I lied about a whole bunch of stuff.
I knew it.
What sort of thing did you lie about?
I was hiding under the seat that night. That was the truth.
It was pitch black in that little cubbyhole. I couldn't see a thing. And then I heard that loud thud like someone falling on the floor. And
that's when Mr. McGilded discovered you?
Yeah. He pulled me up onto the seat and sat me next to the dead man. There wasn't much light to see by, and when I looked at me hands, I had the cove's blood all over him. I was so scared I couldn't even speak.
You had his blood on your hands. In other words, it was Gina that the witnesses on the roof deck saw through the skylight.
Then Mr. McGilded started asking you questions, I suppose. Who were you? And why you were hanging under the seats? Yeah, he did. Only that's not all.
What do you mean?
I mean, he threatened me. He threatened to use his super duper kung fu on me.
Threatened you how?
He made me swear about what I'd seen and what I'd heard, and about what he was gonna do after the cove was found dead. He made me swear I wouldn't tell no one about any of it. And if I did, he said he'd let the scrapper before the coppers show up.
Gina, you must tell me what you swore you to secrecy about. What you saw, what you heard, everything. What you saw. You said McGilded made you swear not to tell anyone what you saw. But you were in the pitch black compartment under the seat the whole time, weren't you?
Yes, with Mr. McGilded sitting above your head, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's true, but it was when I heard the thud of the cove in the floor, I let out a little scream. See, I couldn't help it. McGilded heard that and dragged me out by the arm, and that's when I saw it. It was on the floor next to the old geezer what had been stabbed. A disc, all bright and shiny. A disc?
Do you mean?
Yeah, that's it. The one what the D took off me at Winterbanks.
So the music box disc was there, on the floor of the omnibus.
Not for long, McGilded spotted it straight away. He picked it up smartish and stuffed it in his inside pocket.
So that disc was in the omnibus 2 months ago, at the scene of Mr. Mason's murder.
And the bog trotter told me. I wanted to mutter a word about it to no one.
What you heard?
'Cause it was so dark under that seat in the cab. I was straight in my ears the whole time. After a while, I heard the door and footsteps inside the cabin.
Presumably that was McGilded getting on board.
Nah, not only him.
Oh.
'Cause I could definitely make out the footsteps of 2 people. In that case, it would seem likely that it was Mr. McGilded and the victim.
Mr. Thrice-Fried Mason.
In his testimony during the trial, Mr. McGilded claimed that he slept during the carriage ride.
But whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness and always succumb to it.
And your own testimony, Gina, supported his. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. Yeah, that weren't exactly true. Neither of them was asleep. I could hear them talking the whole time, in low voices.
What? What were they talking about?
Sorry, I don't know. The sound of the horses and the wheels was too loud. But that still tells us something. Mr. McGilded and the victim knew each other.
Well, of course they knew each other. The victim owed him money. So McGilded was lying, as I suspected. After the events,
I knew it wasn't going to take long before someone raised the alarm that the bloke had been killed. Yes, you are quite right. The other passengers on the roof deck noticed very quickly. So when the cab came to a stop, McGilded told me I'd back under the seat again. I climbed in and waited. The two cops from up top ran off to get the coppers.
yes, Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First.
Right, and after they got, McGilded asked the driver to do him a favor.
A favor? Now then, fella, what I need you to do is take this gun of mine and deposit with a nearby pawnbroker.
Please don't make Beepo do extra work! Beepo's already on the verge of dying!
And for your troubles, let's see now, I'll give you 10 guineas.
Please give Beepo food and warmth!
A nearby pawnbroker? You mean on Baker Street?
Yup, you got it. It was Windibank's. The coachie snapped up the money and ran off to pop this car as fast as he could. So then there was no one left in the carriage. McGilded opened the box under the seat and let me get out of there, but not without conditions. I see.
The conditions. What were McGilded's conditions then?
That I would bake him a pie.
I don't know why he wanted pie. That is right. I wanted a rhubarb pie. I like rhubarb. For letting you go free, I mean.
Not telling a soul. Not for anything. About what I saw and what I heard. And there was something else as well.
There's more?
Yeah. This is the most important thing. He said.
I'm after sending the coachman on a little errand for me, with some small changes and... Now then, did you hear what I asked of him? Did you see anything at all?
You asked him to go pop your weasel, right?
What? Who told you that? I'll have you know that I only have a select number of few people pop my weasel. The fiends taking me over. Go to deposit with the pawnbroker hereabouts. I want you, lass, to take the redemption ticket for it. You understand?
What? You want me to have the ticket?
That's right. And I'll come fetch it from you later, sometime within the next 2 months. You're to hang on to it until then, is that clear? And whatever you do, don't lose it.
All right then.
And in that case, I might happen to be delayed at all. You're to go to the pawnbroker shop where Windibanks, so it is, and you're to extend the loan before the 2 months is up. If you forget, the article will be forfeited, and any old fiend will come along and buy it. I'm not letting them buy my cool stuff.
But I ain't got that kind of brass.
Here's £5. That should be enough. Do we understand each other less? Don't try anything funny now. If you go against me, I will make your life a living hell. I will go down the street with my army of street toughs, and we will beat the crap out of you. I will get my friends, the Candyland King, Gooey Louie, some random guy who likes Connect 4, and I, as the Monopoly Man, will come and destroy you. I happen to know all the most advanced Kung Fu moves.
Yeah, I get it.
Good. And one more thing. In a few days from now, you'll be visited by the police, I've no doubt. The coppers? Aye, they'll come asking you to take the stand in court, or to testify as a witness. So let's just have a wee chat about that, shall we? You will say that I am a very handsome and very benevolent man, and that I am good with children. What is it ye might say, and what it is ye that ye won't?
After he'd gotten over it all, I piked it, got as far away from there as I could. I hid the pawnbroker's ticket in some bushes near the scene. I went to fetch it the next day once it got dark.
So McGilded planned it, and coerced Gina into giving false testimony.
I bet you're ready to string me up, eh?
No, what I am ready to do is end the episode off, because I think that would be a good time to end it off. Anyways, I really appreciate you took to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and hope you come back for the next one. If you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want. Without, see you next time. Bye.